Hannah's bit on the side. The show with even fewer friends than Marlon. Who wants to be our friend? Yes, we've got plenty of friends, really, and tonight they are on the panel, so let's meet them. Our first BFF is an award-winning soap star, so he'll be right at home amongst all the drama. It's the wonderful Kieran Richardson. Next to join our gang is a TV panellist, talent show judge, singer and vocal coach. There is no end to her talents. It's the wonderful Zoe Tyler. Who got you by the skin of her teeth? And finally, he's actually one of our oldest friends. Not only does he have the honour of being the UK's first ever Big Brother winner, more importantly, he knows what to do with a power tool. It's the gorgeous Craig Bennett!
Thank you. Hi, lovely to see you. Very well, thank you. You look great. Thanks.
Someone was just shouting, the original! The original! Who was it?
I like the power tools bit.
Huh?
I like the power tools bit.
I thought you might, Craig. I didn't know. Especially for you. OK, let's get started. A lot to talk about tonight. A happy show. Kind of a happy show, which was really quite nice. But the first thing we have to talk about is the walk of shame. Can you believe it? So firstly, before we get stuck into the questions that are written down and we have to ask, does this mean they officially did it? Does it?
I think they did.
He implied that, you know, it's not just a one-night stand. So surely that means there's something...
Of course they did. He's such a cringe bag. Oh, he makes me cringe.
And there's flashbacks of what was said last night. It's like, oh no, I don't want to hear you talking about washing your shorts. Like, it's just not okay.
I think this is the way around. I think the other night, she helped him out, and then last night... No, he helped her out, and then last night she helped him out.
Oh. So it's alternative nights of mutual adoration.
Either way, it didn't last very long, did it?
No.
It did.
All of 20 seconds, can you hardly call it?
Craig, are you surprised, though, at how quickly it's developed between them?
Absolutely, it's
Because
terrifying.
Last week we were getting nothing from her.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she kind of opened...
She opened it. Literally opened up.
Well, he did tell us that.
I didn't mean it like that.
It was
There's
another
nothing you can say, really,
It was probably another one of his orders. All he's doing is telling her, you will be with me, you will do this, you will do that, you will love me. He's so
And then
dominating,
all of a
isn't
sudden, marriage.
Marriage.
Like, it's quite unbelievable. Kieran, what did you think of to what was happening under the bed in the next morning? I can't say it because I know my mum's watching.
Well,
it's just a bit weird.
My
what did you
favourite
make to Helen and Ash's reactions?
Well, my favourite bit is when they get drunk and they argue, so that didn't happen, so I'm glad something else happened. I don't want to watch them doing it, but I'm glad something exciting did happen, and I think the reaction from Helen and Ash was just, people say it all the time, the word banter, they was a bit embarrassed, didn't know how to react to it.
Yeah.
My favourite bit was when they was all in the mirror and Winston was just like...
Going, can't believe it was him and not me. Can't believe it was him and not me.
Sure.
Are we going to see a Big Brother wedding, Zoe? Do I need to buy a hat?
Oh, God, let's hope not. Pair of dirty dogs, seriously. No, I think she needs to run and run fast. He's like what nightmares are made of. He is so full on and just scary. It's not right. And I think if she goes into a relationship with him, she'll be under the thumb. But hello, she's got to get,
What? Barbara, you're kind of agreeing.
I've got 3 boys, and if they were on there doing that, well, I don't know what I'd do.
You know, Stephen did say, though, hey, it's under the covers. It's not like watching
no, but
porn.
you can hear it, can't you?
The thing that Emma worked for me with a whole experience under the covers was Helen falling over and smashing her teeth on the bed. That was hilarious. I want more of that, not more of that.
He's the only
Let's
one
not do
going on
any
about
more
it.
sign language on the show. I can't. Let's move away from the mucky stuff and let's talk about Marlon. He did the big apology this evening. Kieran, was it genuine as far as you're concerned? Did you believe it?
We was watching it before, and at first I was thinking, oh, really genuine. I've seen him in the past couple of weeks. He's had this bravado about him, a bit cocky, one of the lads. Since that happened, the way he speaks has even changed. The tone of his voice has lowered, and I was like, oh, it's really shook him, this. But then towards the end of the episode, I'm glad that he got everybody together, and he's the first person to get the group together collectively and say, guess what, guys, I'm sorry. But then he walked off, and Craig was right. He was like, he should have stayed there and spoke to them and let them say their side of it.
Questions.
But then he walked in and started acting and like going, please, someone walk in and speak to me now.
Yeah, I felt he apologised for what he did, which he didn't really need to do but he didn't really explain his reasons why he did it.
He didn't, did he? And he said, I just wanted to explain. I can't explain. It's just like,
But at least I tried.
I honestly think that they were just all so angry at him for doing it because they wanted to do it. I just think it was a complete jealousy thing.
Do you really?
Absolutely.
Helen
they
said
were
it
going,
took...
why didn't I do that? It was the right thing to do. I'd have done it. That's the point of the game. You don't want to go.
They all go on to Big
surely.
Brother to win, and there can only be one winner.
Exactly.
Craig, I know it was a long time since your year, and your year was the original, and there was none of this extra added stuff that we have, 14 years later. Would you have pressed the button?
Yeah.
I would
Don't say that,
be honest.
because all the way through rehearsals I've been going, Craig would never push that button.
I went in there for one reason, and to win, not make friends. It's artificial friends in there.
Of course it is.
That environment's so, manufactured, and it's so kind of magnified in there. All the little problems are blown out of proportions. That'll be forget about. Well, it's a day on now. They'll all forget about it by tomorrow.
Not one real friend.
Maybe Nasty Nick.
Yeah! One person who is finding it very difficult to forgive Marlon is Winston, who is obviously, as they've said, like, they're kind of BFFs in there. Do you think their relationship will get back on track, Kieran? Or we kind of, he wouldn't bump fists with him tonight. He said, let's talk about it tomorrow because I've had a few drinks, it won't be genuine.
I think so. I think Winston's one of my new faves. Winston's like the Joker of the house, but every time I've seen him get into a debate with someone, I get really, really argumentative back or confrontational. He doesn't want to do it. He's got this like fear in his face when his top lip shakes a little bit when he's thinking, I don't want to be having this conversation with you. So I don't think he wants to be upset with Marlon. And at the end of the episode tonight, when he was like, no, let's speak tomorrow when I haven't had a drink, I think hand on heart, he definitely wants to make friends with him again.
Okay. Danielle and Ashley, they were the first ones to go up to him after it happened, and they went back into the house. Could this be, are they going, oh, one of the groups ousted, let's try get them into our group? What do you think? You're saying yes up here.
The girls are just in a bang-on competition with each other, and Danielle is finding out who is the weakest link. Where can I go next? When Ashley is young but intelligent, I give that girl hands up. She's intelligent. No, but it's not a true friendship.
It's not a true friendship. But do you think they're trying to get Marlon on side?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Of course. What are you thinking? Danielle has said again tonight, if she goes this week, she wouldn't walk, but she would struggle. If she goes, who will she turn to?
Danielle suffers from an identity crisis and she needs someone to latch onto, so you're right, and I think she's going to crawl back to Kimberly, absolutely. But yeah, she's so confused, she needs someone.
But we've seen Stephen, sorry.
She turned to Winston, I think.
Do you think so?
Yeah, she wants to stay in. Yeah, she wants to stay in.
He's just bored, that's all. He's bored, he just wants to crack that nutcracker.
Stop talking about cracking nuts. We've talked about it enough for one part of the show. We did see Stephen do the whole kind of pep talk in the bedroom as well. What did you make to it?
I think Stephen's pep talk in the bedroom was looking into the future for the next nominations and trying to get another person on side, and Danielle was his next victim.
Yeah. So you think it's all a game for him?
Yeah, he's the only person that brings up the game plan, and what do you think? Would you do this? Would you do that? Have you got a game plan? Somebody that has to discuss game plans obviously has a game plan.
It's on his mind all the time.
Do you think so?
Yeah, he's the one that
Would you have sussed him out if you'd have been in there with him?
Oh, you can see right through him.
Maybe doesn't it actually even fancy Kimberly?
No, that's not what that was about.
The what? What did you say, Zoe?
I think he knows exactly what he's doing. Maybe actually as soon as they walk out the house, he'll go, I'm done with her.
I think he would sacrifice Kimberly.
Bye-bye.
Really?
You never know, because it's too full on. Nobody is that full on, are they?
No,
but he's sitting there calling Chris the game player the whole time. However, we kind of haven't seen
Now, there's something creepy about him, Stevens, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And also, there was quite a funny bit. He was quick to agree with Helen when she said that Danielle was an arse crawler. You know, I don't know if you noticed it, but when they were sitting in the garden and he said, oh, Danielle said I was the most gentlemanly person in the house, and Helen was like, arse crawler, and he went, oh, yes, yeah, I know, arse crawler. Do you think he's easily influenced?
I think he's quite insecure himself as well, and he was probably fishing for compliments then. You know, for the other people to say, oh, of course you are the best in the house, of course you are.
They're like, no, you're not. We heard what you did last night and the night before. The task tonight involved painting and sometimes some quite awkward body rubbing. What do you think their technique? Not of the body rubbing.
The technique of the body rubbing.
But of the painting.
Of the painting. I think if Mark and... is it Mark and... Chris that was doing it, I think if they could have possibly, they'd have probably impregnated each other. They were getting that close.
And Stephen and Danielle, that was pretty full on as well.
That was
I don't think she knew where she was being thrown.
No, I know. Well, I don't think she's been thrown around like that before, has she?
Were there any pairings that you found unusual? Because this obviously was part of something they'd filled out before. They kind of paired them together who they would likely have been suited to or what they thought they would be. So any that you thought were really unlikely and were mismatched?
Charlotte
I think they were quite matched reasonably well, weren't they?
Charlotte and Winston matched well.
Yeah, they're about probably the only odd ones, weren't they? Probably the only odd ones out of the rest of them.
I think it was Charlotte and...
No, it was Charlotte and Winston.
Charlotte and Winston, yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They looked like they were having fun, though, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, maybe they match because they're kind of the, fun-loving type people.
Yeah.
Do you not want to say anything?
Oh, no, I agree. I think Charlie and Winston are quite alike personality-wise.
Yeah.
And Helen and Ash are definitely linked.
They are peas in a pod, aren't they? Peas in a pod. Thank you all very much. Give yourselves a round of applause. Still to come, we'll be testing some of the new nominees' friends and family in a special game involving a very large battery. It's going to be powerful. Do you get it? Batteries, powerful, boom. But first, it is eviction night tomorrow night. Here are all the numbers you need. This week, Ashley, Chris, Christopher and Jarlath all face a public vote. Who goes? You decide. From a landline, call 090 20 44 58 and add the number of the housemate you want to evict. From a mobile, call 650 58 and add the number of the housemate you want to evict. For Ashley, add 02. For Chris, add 03. For Christopher, add 04. For Jarlath, add 07. Mobile and BT landline votes cost 50 pence. Other landlines may vary. Or you can vote via the new Big Brother app, where 2 votes will cost you 99 pence. Voting closes in Friday's eviction show. Votes cast after the lines close won't count. You can find terms on the Big Brother website. We're going to play, shall we, Bunny? 4, 6, come on, Emma!
Charlotte, you can't blame other people for your own mistakes. You have to own them. You have to live by them. You have to learn them. If you wish to cover your body in chocolate and write messages of a sexually explicit
for my own mistakes. Would you like me to do that to you in front of Mark?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that then. I'll embarrass you in front of Mark. Exactly, it works both ways, mate.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I regret nothing. It was amazing.
No, I know you don't, because you don't really give a shit about people. In my opinion.
It was funny.
You don't though.
Why not?
I just told you, can you just leave it now? Because I am a little bit embarrassed by this.
Right, okay, sorry.
So, and you just don't understand that again, so...
Alright, sorry, I'll leave it.
Don't worry, I'll just let you keep embarrassing me, because apparently that's acceptable.
Oh, sorry, I thought you...
No, this is what I mean, you don't listen.
Okay.
This is annoying me now, because you don't listen to what people are saying to you, you just keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm embarrassed, and I don't feel great, because I'm hungover.
I've got a bit stuck in my throat still. Okay, it's the time of the week where we chat to the nominees' loved ones. So joining us tonight, we have Ashley's friend Tara, Chris's friend Sam, Christopher's friend Kimberly, and Jarlath's sister Hallie. Hallie. Yes, I always have to go like ballet. Sounds like ballet. Halle, just to get it right. Are you okay?
Yep, I'm okay.
Good.
How are you?
Now, in honour of Marlon's super fast button pressing skills, 2 seconds, we thought we'd spice things up with a special quick fire battery quiz where we are turning negatives into positives. So are you all ready for round 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you all been explained what is going on? Because I am slightly dubious about the whole thing, but let's just play anyway. Okay, so you need to buzz in to complete the sentence. Ready? Here we go. So this is for all of you. The problem with Jale is... Oh, Sam, quick off the mark.
On the mat.
Huh?
On the mat?
The problem with Jale is...
We've bonded really well.
So you're going to find it really difficult to say anything negative about anybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just buzzed in for no reason.
I thought it was a race.
Oh, no. Complete the sentence. That must be quite nice though.
I'm so used to Kat sat on the mat.
There's nothing bad to say about her. Happy?
Well, I really like these girls, and
Okay.
not like
I told you this is going to just go swimmingly. I can tell. Okay, should we try another one?
Yeah,
Do you all get what's happening now?
yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, God. The problem with Christopher is... Hello.
He just joins all the gossiping, I think. He's everywhere.
He gossips too much. What do you all think? Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah?
Christopher's problem, I think, is he gets really wrapped up in all the gossip and it goes against him. I think he is actually a really genuine, nice guy. I really do. But I mean, he just, you know, he loves stirring the pot and he couldn't resist even in that gossip app. He just had to get a question in there about the drama in the house because I think he wants that power to know more than everyone else.
Kimberly, do you think that's fair?
No.
Is it his journalistic intuition, maybe? Just wanting to hear everything and find out?
Yeah, I think, he is a really genuine person. And so I think he's just, you know, maybe it's him reaching out to people and it's not...
To get involved?
Yeah, being perceived the right way. But you can see that he's kind of stepping up to the plate a little bit more and kind of asserting himself. So maybe he was just getting, you know, if that's the way people see it, maybe he was getting the lay of the land. But he doesn't talk about people behind their backs. Like, I don't know him to be that person.
Should we move on to the next one? Yeah. The problem with Ashley is... Oh, they all went for their buzzers then. Hello.
Yeah. I think she should speak more to people's faces rather than Danielle.
So too segregated maybe on their own.
Yeah, exactly. They just I think she has got the balls. She does go against Helen, but she should speak more to the people. Like if she has a problem with someone, I mean, Jale will just go and put them on side and listen, I've got a problem with you, but she doesn't do that. She just picks, oh, Danielle, this is what happened. So for me...
Okay. Tara, what do you think?
I do agree and I don't agree. But if you put yourself in Ashley's shoes, I mean... For me, if I had a problem with Helen, would I really want to go up and speak to Helen about something? No, because I'll get an earful and I'll need to put tampons in there to get the blood out.
Oh, on that note, let's move.
She's not an easy person to approach, and I understand what Ashley's doing and why approach somebody who's always going to be patronising.
I think
and create
also
so much drama.
It's very easy to say that because we're watching and we're viewers, but in life, whenever you have thoughts or feelings about somebody, you go to that person you're closest to. You don't always necessarily go to that person and say, look, I've got this problem. Yeah. But in a house like that, maybe that is the only way to really not have arguments.
Ashley just talks to Danielle. No one else. Like other people, they will go, do you agree with me? And then at the end, they'll just go to the person and solve the problem. But she kind of just has Danielle there.
Yeah, okay. Have we done Chris? We haven't done Chris. No. Should we do Chris? Whoa, hold on. I didn't say the question. Are you ready? Sam, hold on.
Yeah, I'm ready.
The problem with Chris is... Oh, you're still pressing up the...
Yeah? Oh, well, the problem with Chris is that he's too much of a nice guy.
Oh, there you go.
Like... You can't fault the guy. Yeah. I can't fault him, and I've known him for 3 weeks. No. I've known him for like 4 years, and no one can fault him. Like, no one can. And when he said he was going to come into the Big Brother house, everyone was so shocked.
Really?
Because he's not. He doesn't fit the criteria that normally would fit the Big Brother contestants.
Do you all agree? Is he just really super nice?
He's just too quiet. Maybe that's a problem because he people might think he might be sneaky at the same time. He's just too quiet. He's a quiet housemate, I think.
No, I think he's just a really nice guy.
He's quiet because he listens, but when he has something to say, it's just always the wisest thing you could possibly say. Like, he listens and he replies with...
He's quite level-headed, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, because that has taken such a long amount of time and we don't have much time left in this part, we're going to change things slightly. And we're going to give each of you a 15-minute plea to save... 15-minute? Not 15 minutes. The show would be over. A 15-second plea as to why your bestie should be saved. So, Tara, let's start with you. Are you ready?
No.
You've got 15 seconds and your time starts now.
I think everyone should save Ashley because there's so much more she can give. She's in a house with a lot of loud people. She's better one-on-one, and I think if she got a bit more airtime, people would see the genuine, lovely side of her, and they would keep her in the house.
Good, just got it in. Good timing. Sam, are you ready? You ready to do your plea for Chris? Do you know what you're doing this time?
Yeah.
Good, okay.
Don't push that.
Don't push that, just talk.
Okay.
I think you'll be good at that.
Okay.
Your 15 seconds starts now.
Chris should be kept in because he's the nicest guy. And, in fact, no, don't keep him in because I want to hang out with him. And I miss him so much.
Okay, Kimberly, are you ready? Your 15 seconds starts now.
Okay, keep Christopher in the house because he's a really genuine person and I think his personality is really coming out. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. He's making friends in the house and I think we're really going to see the real him. Yeah.
Thank you. And Halle, are you ready? Yeah. 15 seconds. Go for it.
I think you should save Jali because she's really fun. She's not boring and she's really honest with everyone. She just goes up to people if she thinks something's going on. And I think she's just trying to get on well with everyone, basically. She just wants to have fun. It's summer. She's in Big Brother.
Thank you for joining us this evening. And I'm so glad that item went so well on you, aren't we? Yeah. Definitely went amazing. Coming up, the nominees get their weekly grilling, but now, here on Bots, we like to monitor demographic trends to ensure we're fulfilling the needs of our vast and discerning audience. So here's what happened when we visited an international language school, what am I saying, for a Big Brother focus group.
Hey guys, thanks for coming today. We just want to get your thoughts on a few things about this series of Big Brother. First off, how many of you are watching it?
One time.
One time. So we're going to watch a few clips just to get your thoughts.
You just did right then. You just did right then.
I spoke to everybody.
Exactly, so you disrespected everybody.
All right, you know what, Ash? I'm not even going to have a conversation.
Right,
I'm a prick.
Do you know what a prick is? Well, this would be shown at about 10 o'clock in the evening. It is on at the same time as the news. So would you rather watch this or the news?
The news. Sure.
This kind of behavior, you don't get anything good from seeing this.
Yeah, it's like fast food, you know. It's very tasty.
Yeah.
You feel bloated, but after you have nothing.
I thought you wore your heart on your sleeve and you said it how it was. Clearly you don't, you fucking stupid twat.
Fuck off, get some bloody class, you weirdo man.
In that clip, who can describe what just happened? You understood all the words, yeah?
No, the opposite, yeah.
One of those girls is actually a model. So which girl do you think it is?
It's the other one.
I think it's Helen?
Yeah.
It's actually Danielle. She's a professional model.
This one?
Yeah?
Always in the right, 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 always in the right.
There's no point keep going on.
This is pathetic.
The man Matthew and the woman Helen were fighting. Who do you think was in the right?
I think that there is no reason behind this kind of fighting. So
she was just saying things over and over, like a kid.
So she's proved to the house that she's fake, that she's not this honest, upfront woman. I think she's a pathetic excuse of a woman, if I'm honest.
How old do you think Ashley is?
34.
So what don't you like about Big Brother?
He can't solve any problems without fighting. It's very sad.
My mate was seeing this birds and he lined up this other girl and I went over to his house, it was a Friday night, and just got smashed, and then got into the spare room with the girl, like my stomach just went, I was like, bah! Like threw up all over her.
Do you think everything he just said was the truth?
No.
What didn't you believe? No? How would you describe Winston?
I think he is intelligent.
So if I said, is he clever or stupid, you would say clever?
I would say clever.
Okay, so I'm going to show you some pictures and I'll ask you some questions. How would you describe this person?
Beautiful eyes.
She's smart.
She looks smart.
Yeah.
She is. What is the first thing you notice about this picture?
Teeth?
The really white teeth.
I think he spends a lot of time in front of mirror.
How would you describe this lady?
She's I saw her on the internet.
Thanks everyone for your help today, it's been really useful. So from now on, will you be watching Big Brother?
No.
Sorry.
The show that does a walk of shame every single morning. Not really. Okay, should we talk about the nominees? Yes! In the interest of fairness, we'll spend roughly a couple of minutes chatting about each of the housemates. And when we hear this noise, time's up and we'll move on to the next one. I always hope that isn't just going to be one of those noises. It's going to be someone saying something naughty from the house, but you just let me down every week. Okay, let's start with Jarlath. Craig, you were up 6 times in a row.
Yes.
And then you ended up winning it because you're that brilliant.
Well, thank you.
Will the same thing happen to Jarlath, do you think?
I don't know, possibly. I mean, they might be voting it out because they think a little bit insecure. They think she's got something that could win over them. So that could be their reasons. But I don't think...
Has she got winner for you?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think she's got winner. I think she'll last a fair bit longer.
Yeah.
Oh, because of course she's nominated right the way through, isn't she?
Yeah, she'll be up every week.
She's up every week, so... She'll last about another 3 more weeks, I predict.
You think?
That's it, yeah.
Kieran, what do you think?
I think Jarlath's one of my favourites, and so is Mark. I would like to see Christopher go, not because I don't like him and he hasn't done anything just to justify eviction, but he's just a bit boring for me. And I know I'm probably the only person that's going to agree with this, but I'm happy that Helen's got a pass to the final.
So am I.
Yeah. Because she causes controversy, not because I love her, but because she's the only person that's going to create drama and arguments. And I don't want to see a happy house like Big Brother Bore. I want to see...
You do want some happiness, though.
I know, but we had a little bit of that tonight, and I was a bit like, just kick off.
We're meant to talk about Jarlath anyway. We're meant to talk about Jarlath. You know, she's finally kind of been accepted as one of the cool kids, or that's what people keep saying. Zoe, will this maybe be her downfall now that she's in that group with them?
Yeah, I think she was much cooler at the beginning. I loved her at the beginning when Helen was being vile and filthy mouthed, just for a change. I thought she dealt with it in a really calm, cool, clever way, and now I think she's lost her way. I just think she's like everybody else. I thought she was a class above the rest at the beginning, and now she's let herself go. So I think she will go.
What are your thoughts on Jarlath? You're shaking your head.
I really liked Jarlath at the beginning, and I think I can't think of how she just like turned on a couple of the people that were really good to her in the beginning. I think that's been her downfall, and it has put me a little bit less. But I like her. I agree with most of what
So do you think that might go against her?
I think that could go against her, although most things she says I agree with, but I think she's lost her way a bit, like the lady said.
No?
No, Jarlath has not. Jarlath's going to win it.
Oh, look, they just buzzed you out. Let's move on to Chris. Now, Jarlath has seen him talking about her behind her back. Do you think that could go against him with the voting?
I don't know. I think Chris will kind of quietly just work his way to be in the last 3. I think.
He didn't. I mean, I know he did say, you know, oh, she's one of the cool kids. She seems to be swearing all the time now. But I think maybe because he's so polite, he doesn't seem like he's bitching.
No,
he just kind of seems like he's observing.
Observing, yeah, and just kind of going with the flow. And I think he held it. He didn't get drawn into the big arguments when Charlie confronted him about that. I thought he handled it quite well. He didn't say much, but it was enough.
And Jarlath did as well, didn't she? You know, she doesn't kind of
very professionally,
go bonkers. They just kind of sit and talk, which Kieran's like, I don't want to see sitting and talking.
For Chris's defence, I don't want him to go yet because for him, he's my narrator. He gets me through the show. When I'm a bit slow on the uptake sometimes, I like picking up the personality traits or the little clicks that are happening. Then he'll go in the diary room and I just go, oh yeah, he's absolutely right. So he's my narrator for this series.
I really wish that he hadn't said all that behind Jarlath's back. He would have gone up so far in my estimations if he'd said, Jarlath, why are you foul-mouthed? Why are you becoming a Helenite? What's happened to you? If he'd have done that, I would have loved him, but he didn't. And then he took it and it was just a weak and pathetic, you know, there's no balls left in the house.
He does seem to be able to kind of mix between all of them in there as well. He's quite good friends with Ashley as well, I think that's fair to say. Is it a wise move? Not that it's a move being friends with somebody, but she did get terrible boos last week, didn't she, Zoe?
She did, bless her. I did feel sorry for her. I think she's spent. I really do. I think she's had it. I think she's done. No, not because I think she feels that. I think she's just done. I'm done.
Think she's over it?
And I think that maybe they just assume she's going to go. So it doesn't matter to Chris whether he's a friend or not, quite frankly.
And Chris's acting skills, by the way, in the murdering thing, Jarlath was so much more a better actor than he was.
What do you think Chris brings to the house?
I think, sorry.
I think... We'll never know what she thinks. Okay, it's Christopher's turn next. So it's fourth week that he's been up. Do you think he's probably used to it by now, Kieran?
I think so, but my favourite bit is on a Friday night when he gets saved, he does this thing with his mouth, he goes like... So I like to see him saved, just to see that reaction, but I would like him to go tomorrow.
So is that because you're not a Christopher fan, or you think his time has just come to an end?
At all to offend me, apart from the fact that he's not really...
Lips.
Yeah, his lips, and he hasn't really got a backbone, and he's just a boring housemate, so I wouldn't miss him.
Craig, why do you think he always gets nominated?
I think he's, like what you said, he's quite boring, very neutral. He just doesn't bring much dynamics to the programme.
Right. Since Matthew's departure, though, him and Mark, they've had quite a cute little duo going on.
I do think Chris and Christopher are really sort of in a dangerous position this week, and I do feel like if they do go, Mark's going to be on his own a bit. But I think you will see more of Mark if he spreads himself out. But I think Ashley has recovered a bit this week. I think she had a lot of damage, but because she got the attention, I think she's going to be safe. So I think between Chris and Christopher, I think Jarlath is safe too, but I am worried which Chris will go.
So you think the boys are on the ropes?
Really on the ropes this week, definitely.
He did have. I know I mentioned the relationship with Mark. Do you want to see more of that, Zoe? Because they do kind of.
No, they are. Yeah, they are very funny.
Pull each other's pigtails every now and then. You know.
No, they are funny, and Mark injects a little bit of personality into Christopher, which is a good thing. So I think.
I think it'd be better if Mark spread around more. Just
he's
take
spread around everywhere.
Yeah, but he needs to do a bit more. I think he's got more personality. Yeah, to come out.
Whose personality?
Christopher's. Yeah, I think each day he's getting stronger and stronger. Because at the beginning he was quite quiet, but I think now I really love him.
I think he's not careful. Mark will be spreading them all over the crazy lawn outside.
What was that, Craig?
I said if Christopher's not careful, Mark will be spreading them all over the crazy lawn outside.
And finally, we got little old Ashley. She had quite the reaction last week, as we've said, and she wasn't even up for eviction, which must just be one of the worst things when you're in there, I would imagine. Do you think the crowd will get their way? That booing crowd, Zoe, will get their way this week?
I think, like I say, I think she's had her day. I think inwardly herself, she's just let go and she's not bothered anymore. I think that's why she really didn't care about the Marlon pressing the button. I don't think she's bothered anymore. But I honestly think that she could turn it around if actually any of them could turn it around if they just turn around to Helen and went, listen here, and just 5 minutes, somebody with a bit of balls, she could do that. She could turn it around.
And she's feisty. She's a little firecracker.
She's not feisty enough for Helen.
She can hold her own in a row, though. Will that help you keep her in? You are the people that vote.
We need a natural contender to Helen. Someone who can stand up to her, tell her she's not right. Do you know what I mean? Because no one will stand up to her.
Nobody. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes.
The only girl that will stand up to Helen. If we've got to have Helen, we've got to have Ashley. Simple as.
So you'd like to keep her in?
Yes.
What did you just say?
Toya back in. That's all
Toya's
right.
not going back in. You've got to get over it and move on. Now, as we've already said, we've mentioned earlier on with her friends and family, she does spend quite a bit of time with Danielle, whether they're gossiping or chatting or it's a mate chat or whatever. Do you think is that making her come across in a bad way, do you think, Craig?
Who's that, sorry?
Ashley.
Ashley,
Well, because they're kind of always on their own and they're always talking about people. Does it
she's
look
going
like
to be
they're
alienated,
bitching all the
isn't she?
time,
Yeah,
rather
that's
than
right.
just having a chat?
And, well, they are just having a chat, and they've kind of teamed up together and like, bouncing off one another. They're kind of followers in the group, aren't they, as opposed to leaders in there. But I think it has alienated them, and I would say...
Who knows what Craig would say? Very quickly down the panel, who should go tomorrow, Craig?
It'll probably be Ashley, yeah.
Zoe?
Ashley.
Kieran?
Christopher.
It's just noise in my ears, just noise. Now, it wouldn't be Thursday without your questions for our nominees, so here's how they got on earlier today.
I'm here!
Ashley, I thought that was Mark coming in. All I could hear was me here.
Christopher, if you could write an autobiography, what would it be called?
Oh, Foot-in-Mouth Syndrome, 1001 Cautionary Tales.
Have you thought about this before?
Ashley, who has the best catwalk in the house?
Me.
Oh.
I knew you all think that she was going to say her. I knew she was going to say her.
Ashley, you know what you need to do.
Model.
Chris.
Yes.
Apart from yourself, who is the best actor in the house?
Ash.
Oh, controversial.
Because he was amazingly good during the murder mystery, and I think he did such a good job that there's no reason to not believe that he could do that in other situations as well.
Jale, if you were a dessert, what would you be?
Knickerbocker Glory.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you said tiramisu.
Oh no.
She's soaked in alcohol.
Did I have a tiramisu?
Christopher, would you take Jale's killer nomination if Big Brother had the power to give you your hair back?
Would I take it? Yes, I would, because I'm up every week anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I think I've got a death wish in this house. I might as well have the killer nomination. So yes, in return to be the next Rapunzel, I wouldn't be.
Ashley, would you sacrifice Louis for another chance to have the power?
No, definitely not.
There's no way, that was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
No, it's not going anywhere.
Jale,
Hello.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how loud is your snoring?
Yeah, Richter scale, about 60, apparently.
I don't think so.
Oh, that's what I've heard. The stories
they're
coming
pure
out.
exaggerated.
The room
They're
was
about a
shaking.
six.
A train I felt was going past.
Chris.
Yes.
What's your favourite dance move? And can you show Big Brother?
I only know the box step, and I will show Big Brother. You've probably seen it a few times by now, though. Okay.
Go, go, go.
I'm having a
This is the lowest point in here so far.
We'll speed up, we'll speed up. No, we're speeding up.
Okay. Yeah.
Welcome back to Bet on the Side, the show that's like your ex. Average, always popping up on your newsfeed, but still a great fallback option if nothing better's on the cards by 11 p.m. Here's the news. At 11:25 this morning, Helen and Kimberly decided to start the day off with a lovely breakfast bitch.
She wants to wrap that train a little finger. She's doing it with Stephen, Chris, Winston. Wrap them all around a little finger. It's when the shit hits the fan, it's like,
They do stand up for her.
where's all my heroes? Please come to my rescue.
Like, some guys get upset over absolutely nothing. I just sat there and I watched, I'm like, right, okay.
I'm looking forward to actually having Danielle in the circle again.
I mean, he's still gonna be worried.
I think she's very worried.
She should be. She has every reason to be worried. She fell for it. Sorry.
Not just that. like her best mate's going and she's going to be on her own.
Yeah, I know.
And that's not the case.
She won't be on her own.
I think they want Ashley to go, don't they? Not 100% sure because they had so much food in their mouths I couldn't quite understand. At 1:13 this afternoon, Ashley imagines the worst outcome possible in tomorrow night's eviction.
I'm really fucking panicking, you know, in case I don't go.
What was it? Kind of set a little bit of doubt sort of thing?
What?
Has it set a little bit of doubt in your mind that could happen now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people could purely keep you in just purely on entertainment value.
What fucking entertainment am I providing? Nothing really, so that would be a lie.
You know, it could have been quite controversial. People might like that.
No, I'm not controversial.
Yeah, but you say what you think.
Yeah, but I'm not nasty, like.
No, of course you're not nasty. They're not going to keep someone in that's nasty. Well, mind you. There's people in here that shouldn't be in here.
I can't stay here tomorrow. The likelihood of me walking if I stay tomorrow is very, very high.
Seriously?
I swear to God.
I don't know who'd be more upset if she stays, Helen, Kimberly or Ashley herself, because she just seems to want to be out of it. At 2:40 this afternoon, Danielle was back on hand with some reassuring words for Marlon.
I mean, you've worked hard for this. You've bet thousands and thousands of people for your chance, for your place, so you take it as long as you want.
Gave up my occupation to come here.
Exactly. At the end of the day, this is your life. You're not here for them. They're just part and parcel of this game. And if people are going to get worked up and over-dramatise things and all the rest of it in this house, then that's just because there's nothing more to talk about, and it's a threat because they realise, wait, this guy does have balls. Shit, what are we going to do? So in a way, it's more of a compliment. That's why I honestly think you have nothing to worry about by next week. I honestly think there's going to be a huge twist next week.
We'll see.
I wouldn't even be surprised if you get the power, to be perfectly honest with you.
That's at the back of my mind. That's what I was thinking. I think, could you imagine
really
they'd have done that
stuff up.
just to stir it up?
He is functioning again, but he still doesn't know how to get dressed. Like, what's going on? That's today's news. Right, let's see what is happening in the reality gallery. We've got a special guest. Ashley, we've let her up there so she doesn't swear like last time. It's all right, don't say it again and then you can come back on the panel. What's happening?
Okay, well, let's start off with the biggest news. And the ever-classy Helen has told her housemates that she found ginger pubes in the bath after Christopher had been in it.
Pleasant.
Yes. Oh, and there's trouble in paradise.
Yeah.
Stephen isn't happy.
Why?
Kimberly has been showing him pictures from home and there's a picture of her ex-boyfriend in the mix.
Oh, is he well gel?
He's well gel, he's not happy, and tonight I believe that he asks her to open up.
Oh, stop it, Ashley!
About it, obviously.
Yeah. One more quick one.
Okay, Christopher admits that his mum hates Big Brother and he finds it funny that she has to watch it every night, but I hate him and I have to watch him every night. Where's the fairness in this world?
Aisling, thank you. You were so well behaved. Isn't she a delight? Right, let's go digital. We've got a busy digital couch and we've got 50 seconds.
That's right, not long,
whopping
okay.
50 seconds.
First things first, you can get in touch with Rylan on tomorrow night's show
Yep.
by ringing the number on the screen right now.
Yep.
Leaves a message. Hopefully, you know, you'll be on the show. You like talking to him. We've got a feature, a really cool feature on the website at the minute. We had a snoop around on the housemates' Twitter accounts to see what they're up to before Big Brother.
Right.
Some very interesting stuff on there.
I bet there is.
Yeah, people dressed in weird outfits and some dodgy pictures of Kimberly, actually.
Kimberly?
So check it. Yeah. Some slightly nudie, you know what I mean?
Well, she's
anyway,
a Playboy bunny.
I know, but yeah, check it out. We censored it though. There's no crazy stuff.
I bet
We do
you've
have
got
tweets.
We've got
But-
6 seconds.
We haven't got
and we
time.
don't have
I'm
time
sorry.
for
I'm so
fairness with
sorry.
each of them. Thanks for joining us on the couch, but we didn't need... Thank you. That's it for tonight. Make sure you tune in tomorrow when Rylan will be joined by last week's evictee, Matthew, Big Brother 13's Caroline, and back by popular demand, Vanessa Feltz is going to be here, and your latest evictee of the series.